Right now, let's take a live look off the coast of Florida. This is the East Coast. Hurricane Dorian moving closer to the state as conditions are expected to get worse within a matter of days. The storm's already leaving behind damage on the U.S. Virgin Islands. President Trump signing an emergency declaration for that region, which will allow Homeland Security and FEMA to coordinate any disaster relief if it's needed. Now, ahead of Hurricane Dorian, the Red Cross of Western Mass is deploying volunteers to help, and they'll be flying out tomorrow.
Western Mass News reporter Sarah Grinelli joins us now in the studio with a look at how those volunteers will be making a difference. Sarah.
But the Red Cross of Western Mass has 2 disaster relief volunteers heading to Florida. They are hoping to help as many people as possible. Well, Hurricane Dorian is expected to make landfall in parts of Florida Labor Day weekend. Here in Western Mass, the Red Cross is getting ready to step in to help.
What they'll be doing is they're pre-deployed, so they're going to be arriving ahead of the storm so that after the storm passes, they're on the ground already, ready to do their jobs.
The disaster program manager for the Red Cross of Western Mass says 2 volunteers will be heading to the possible disaster zone, even while knowing there could be obstacles they could face.
The challenges could be that they're going to be maybe running into no electricity, and they're maybe being running into crowded shelters where people are just coming in off the street into the shelters.
Western Mass News spoke with Julie Krause, one of the 2 disaster volunteers. She says being a volunteer is close to her heart.
It's something I've always wanted to do. Back when I was a young teenager, we were cleaning out my grandmother's apartment and I found her Red Cross pins. And I just kind of kept them, and forever I kept saying someday, someday, someday. And now that my kids are all grown up and on their own, someday has arrived.
She will be making sure people in Florida have something to eat.
A lot of people, a lot of volunteers, and everybody getting ready to go wherever they need us. Some will be going to shelters, some will be going to feeding. A lot of people will be supplying us from logistics and things.
As for the other volunteer?
And the other one that's going out is a shelter supervisor. So the shelters will be opened ahead of the storm for anyone that's afraid to weather the storm at home or if it's not wise. So she'll be running that shelter as a supervisor.
The Red Cross of Western Mass says more people could be sent down depending on the storm. Either way, they're overjoyed to help.
It's a good feeling to know that you're someone that can go to an affected area and actually be some of the solution to the problems that people are having. It makes us so proud of them, too, from Western Mass, that we send people that are actually making a difference.
The Red Cross says each employee goes through extensive training and they're always looking for volunteers. In the studio, Sarah Grinelli, Western Mass News.